is investigating Congressman Matt Gaetz over alleged sexual misconduct. The far-right congressman and Trump loyalist also is being investigated over alleged drug use and claims of other ethical breaches. According to The Guardian, a bipartisan Capitol Hill committee is investigating Matt Gaetz, the far-right Republican congressman and vocal Donald Trump supporter, over long-standing allegations of sexual misconduct, illicit drug use, and other alleged ethical breaches, it said on Tuesday. The announcement by the House Ethics Committee, which contains an equal number of Democrats and Republicans, reignited a swirl of scandal surrounding the outspoken Trump ally that had abated somewhat after an earlier criminal investigation into allegations against him was dropped. In a statement, the committee said it had spoken to dozens of witnesses and issued 25 subpoenas and reviewed thousands of pages of documents as part of its long-running investigation into Gaetz's conduct, which was initially opened in April 2021. As a result of that review, the committee said certain allegations deserved further examination. The committee is reviewing allegations that Representative Gaetz may have engaged in sexual misconduct and illicit drug use, accepted improper gifts, dispensed special privileges and favors to individuals with whom he had a personal relationship, and sought to obstruct government investigations of his conduct, it said. The committee said other allegations made against Gaetz, specifically those of sharing inappropriate images or videos on the House floor, misusing state identification records, improper personal use of campaign funds, and accepting a bribe, were no longer being investigated. The committee statement came a day after Gaetz issued what appeared to be a preemptive post on X in which he accused it of pursuing, quote, frivolous investigations, close quote, into him, compared its tactics to the Soviet Union. The House Ethics Committee has closed 4 probes into me, which emerged from lies intended solely to smear me, he wrote. Instead of working with me to ban congressional stock trading, the Ethics Committee is now opening new frivolous investigations. They're doing this to avoid the obvious fact that every investigation into me ends the same way, my exoneration. Isn't it ironic how this same man was gung-ho over helping to get Hunter Biden convicted? And also he was one of the individuals leading the charge to impeach now President Joe Biden. He added, this is Soviet. Kevin McCarthy showed them the man, and they are now trying to find the crime. I work for Northwest Floridians who won't be swayed by this nonsense, said McCarthy, and his goons know it. The latter comment referred to his antagonistic relationship with McCarthy, the former Republican House Speaker who was toppled last October in an internal party coup that Gaetz spearheaded. McCarthy said Gaetz's McCarthy said that Gaetz's enmity towards him was fueled by his refusal to shut down the House Ethics Committee inquiry. However, the inquiry has continued under McCarthy's successor, Mike Johnson, and has forged a close alliance with Trump. In its statement, the committee acknowledged Gaetz's denial of the allegations against him, but suggested they had given less full cooperation, complaining of difficulty in obtaining relevant information from him and others. It added, the committee notes that the mere fact of an investigation into these allegations does not itself indicate that any violation has occurred. The committee's investigation was opened after the New York Times reported in March 2021, Gaetz was being investigated by the Department of Justice over whether he had sex with a 17-year-old and paid for her to travel with him, thus violating federal sex trafficking laws. The investigation has been opened in the latter stages of Trump's presidency under then Attorney General William Barr. It was eventually closed in 2023 without any charges being brought, enabling the committee, which had earlier stalled its inquiry in response to the request, DOJ to authorize its investigation. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.